over the betting lines for week 2. We're going to be making our predictions against the spread again. Now week 1 we finished 7-7, which was not bad, so we broke even, but not really where we want to be, right? So we're going to go over each game with the spread. Obviously not doing the Thursday night game because it already happened. But for reference, even though we won't count it, Cincinnati was -6, and I would have taken Houston there for sure. Just because, giving Houston 6, but they did win it, right? So it is what it is. Up next, we have Cleveland at Baltimore, which is a -8 line. I'm going to take the Browns in this one. I think the Ravens looked better than they are last week, and I think the Browns actually proved something. Only losing by 3 to Pittsburgh. So I'm going to take the Browns +8. I think they keep it close. Even though it's a road game. Up next, Buffalo at Carolina. Carolina is a 7-point favorite. Again, here, I'm taking the road team. I'm taking Buffalo. I like Buffalo getting 7. I think that's fair. I don't know who the better team is, right? And if I don't know who the better team is, I want to take the team that's getting the points. Since it is 7's a big spread. So you have to take the 7 there. Up next, Arizona at Indy, and Arizona is a 7-point road favorite. This is a game I would actually stay away from in real life, but for the sake of the series, I will take Arizona giving 7. I just don't think Indy can score. This is probably a 24-10-ish game, in my opinion, so give me Arizona -7. Up next, we have Tennessee at Jacksonville, and Tennessee is a 1.5-point road favorite. Again, another road favorite. It's kind of crazy. And this one's tough. This one's tough because Jacksonville looked really good last week, and Tennessee lost at home. But I'm gonna trust my gut here, and I'm gonna take Jacksonville +1.5. I just think that they can do it. I think the Jags win outright. I do. I'm going to take Jacksonville +1.5. Up next, Philly at Kansas City. Kansas City is a 5.5-point favorite, which at home is fair. It's fair, considering how well they looked last week. Andy Reid facing his old team. Storylines galore. I really wouldn't want to play this game, but if I had to take someone, I've got to go with momentum. Give me Kansas City -5.5. Up next, New England at New Orleans. New England, again, a road favorite with 6.5, which is, it's a lot. Both teams didn't look great last week at all. So it's tough. I don't think New Orleans can do it. Even at home, Tom Brady on the road versus Drew Brees. I'll take New England 6.5. Up next, Minnesota at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a 6.5-point favorite. 6.5, that's big. That's too big. Give me the Vikings with a 6.5. I think the game is at least close. I don't know who wins, but I think the game's close. Up next, Bears at Tampa Bay, with Tampa being a 7-point favorite. Now, Tampa was obviously off last week. Chicago looked good at home against Atlanta, with an equally good as offense as Tampa Bay has. Give me the Bears +7. Dolphins at Chargers. Again, Dolphins on the road playing their first game of the year against the Chargers at home. It's tough. I think the Dolphins aren't a bad team, but I'm going to take the Chargers -4. I think they win by about 7, maybe 8. Jets at Oakland. The Raiders are a 13.5-point favorite. That's huge. That is a huge spread. It's a huge spread. Now, the Jets lost to Buffalo by 9 last week. So do we think that Oakland is 4.5 points better than Buffalo? Probably, yeah. But 13.5 is a lot considering the Raiders' defense, besides Khalil Mack, isn't what it should be. It's just not. That's unfortunate. I'm going to take the Jets to cover the 13.5. I got to do it. I got to do it. Dallas at Denver. Dallas is a 2.5 point road favorite. I'm going to take Dallas again with the 2.5. I don't think Denver's not a better offensive team than the Giants, even without Odell. Giants put up 3. Denver, better defense than the Giants for sure. This could be like a really low scoring game or an oddly high scoring game. Um, it's going to be a weird game, I think, but give me Dallas and the 2.5. The Redskins at the Rams, and the Rams are favored by 2.5, which is wild. The Rams being favored like that. Uh, they looked very good against the Colts. They looked very good against the Colts. The Redskins didn't look great against the Eagles, even though the game was closer than it looked. This is a tough one for me. The 2.5. Who gets the 2.5 this game? I'm going to give to the home team, the Rams. I think they win by 3. I think the Rams win by 3. San Francisco at Seattle, which is another gigantic spread. Seattle's a 14-point home favorite. I'm going to take Seattle in this one. I'm not, I don't want to take a 14-point favorite. That's just huge. But I feel San Francisco's just bad. They're bad. They didn't do anything last week. Give me Seattle in the 14. And the last game, which I don't want to pick. Oh, we got 2 more games. Sorry. The game I don't want to pick is Green Bay at Atlanta. I'm an Atlanta fan. Atlanta is favored by 3, which sounds about right. The home team getting the 3. These teams really are even. Obviously, last time they met, Atlanta won big. Green Bay is a better team talent-wise and health-wise than they were in the playoffs last year. I don't know if Atlanta's clicking. I don't know if Green Bay is going to click. I'm going to take Atlanta. Give me the 3. I think they win. I think they win easier than expected. And the last game, Detroit at the Giants. The Giants are a 3-point home favorite. And I'm going to take Detroit. I'm going to take Detroit getting the 3 points because I do think that this game is really even right down the line. So, again, give me the points in that scenario. So those are my picks. Again, we went 7-7 last week. Hopefully this week we can do just a little bit better. And until next time, I'm CC and I'm out. Peace.